What's good with y'all niggas, man? Appreciate y'all niggas for watching, bro. Guts versus Griffith. Who would win? Me personally, bro. I feel like Guts got it, bro. You have to think about it. This nigga as a human being has faced so many demons, bro. So many apostles. Griffith is not gonna be anything new to Guts. But then again, even as a human being, Griffith defeated Guts. But Guts wasn't really like the black swordsman yet. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. Let's see what you got to say about it, bro.
You know, I would say making fun of the 2016 anime of Berserk is beating a dead horse, but I've seen what dead horses do in this show.
Oh, man. The dead horses in this show are diabolical, man. If you know, you know.
I think we are all ready to see a showdown between Guts and Griffith, because we really haven't seen it since Guts walked out on the Band of the Hall, or if you want to score some brownie points, the kind of fight that happens in Volume 3 of the manga. Every time we get remotely close to something of a fight, someone always gets in the way. You see Guts gaining more knowledge and figuring out new ways to take on demons or apostles, and every time something remotely close to a fight is about to break out, somebody always gets in the way.
Well, that's what I'm saying, bro. They've been edging niggas for like the last 10 years. Like, bro, make something happen, bro. Foreplay is only foreplay when it leads to some shit, bro. Nigga, don't let your fingers hurt, nigga.
Breaking the question, what would even happen between these two? We've seen Guts gain more knowledge and figure out new ways to take on demons and apostles, and even gaining the Berserker armor, growing stronger with each fight and taking on bigger and badder enemies quicker and faster. And then you have Griffith, who is already on a level of a god, seeming untouchable physically and metaphorically, mind you. And if you ask any Berserk fan, which I did, who would win in the 1v1, people would probably look at it and go, Griffith. So the question asks, what are Guts' chances and odds?
I mean, it really could go either way. Griffith was beating him as a human being, though. However, Guts has beat a lot more powerful enemies since then, so it's kind of hard to scale the power.
Griffith. First, we need to take a look at what Guts has in terms of strength, skills, and weapons. And then before that, let's take a quick glance at Griffith. Now, I'm going to go ahead and have to say spoiler warning for the manga of this show. I will only be going over the things that Guts and Griffith have acquired, but that's still kind of interesting read. So if you have not read the manga, please don't go anywhere. I need your views.
Spoiler alerts, man. Spoiler alerts. If you stay, well, it's your fault. Please stay, actually.
Now that that's out of the way. One of Griffith's greatest strengths right now, other than having a giant apostle army, is, well, being a fucking god hand. For real, we have not seen the limits of his power yet. We have not even seen him struggle towards certain enemies. It's almost his old self, but a totally off the Richter scale in comparison. And just when he thought maybe he doesn't even have his powers in this world, he transforms in the fight against Ganishka. God.
Ganishka. Why does everybody have such a hard time saying Ganishka?
You see him transform in his fight against Ganishka, meaning he retained all of his powers he had during the eclipse. We also see him just straight up take out Guts without even touching him. Griffith is unmeasurable in his potential and strength and power, but we've never seen Guts go up against Griffith at full power. He's always been exhausted during some kind of fight. Now, let's take a quick look at Guts. Gutsu has been driven off one thing and one thing alone: rage and revenge.
Straight up rage, nigga. Y'all think the Hulk is bad, nigga? Y'all don't know about my nigga Guts, bro. Y'all don't know about my nigga Guts. I was about to start freestyling, then I remembered I'm not Yo-Yo, so I probably shouldn't, because that nigga's actually good at freestyling. Like, crazy good, and I'm not, so I'm gonna let the video play.
Revenge. Well, revenge fuels his rage, so let's just go ahead and say rage. Now, I'm just going to say that his rage manifested itself into an evil shadow dog, which seems to be the most logical explanation for that side of him. And it takes control of his berserker armor and even himself sometimes. This is one of the main fuels for his strength. Out of all the things Guts has, this is probably the most common / bland thing you can say about him, without going into the juicy details. So we'll just leave it at this is Guts, and he'll probably find some way to pull out of anything by getting pissed. Let's talk about two things that's really going to help Guts against Griffith. which ironically is one of his greatest weaknesses towards Griffith. Now, one is his signature Dragon Slayer sword, and the other is the Mark of Sacrifice. Now, I know, Dakota, this is Griffith we're talking about. A giant sword isn't really going to do much to him, right? Well, you would be correct if this was actually a normal sword. Ever since getting the Dragon Slayer and being marked with the brand of sacrifice, ever getting branded with the Mark of Sacrifice, I said that backwards a lot.
The brand of sacrifice, nigga.
It's like Guts has been wearing off small armies of monsters every night, using the Dragon Slayer to take them out. And on top of that, a few apostles adding to your badass count record. The sword is as tall as he is, standing at about 6.5 feet,
Crazy.
and it's been speculated to weigh anywhere between 200 to 600 pounds. I will let
200 to what? 200 to what?
And it's been speculated to weigh anywhere between 200 to 600 pounds.
Nah, bro, if this nigga is winging around a 600-pound sword, he got it, bro. I don't want it that bad, bro. You got it, man.
Let somebody else do the math for me. Now, a sword that size is always impressive, and it's been the only weapon he's been able to use to kill certain monsters. But there is something way more going on here. It is pointed out to us by Shirake that the sword has developed some sort of odd, as if it was being forged by every enemy it slays. Imagine those stories that you heard about the most powerful weapons being created after only killing so many people. Or even Full Metal Alchemist, where the Philosopher's Stone can only be created by sacrificing so many people.
Yeah.
Now, I know that deals with more of equivalent exchange, but you catch my drift. For something that powerful, it took a lot of deaths to even up to it. Moral of the story is that Guts' sword is now starting to give off sort of its own energy. Without knowing it, Guts is forming his own type of magical weapon, I would go ahead and call it. It's a weapon no one knows can be greater than just a huge chunk of iron. Or maybe it'll just stay a frying pan. Now,
I mean, it is a hunk of metal, but like, it's an enchanted hunk of metal at the end of the day.
talking about the Berserker armor was probably the first thing you thought up when I brought this topic up. Yes, the Berserker armor, formerly owned by Skull Knight, is now in the possession of Guts, and he seems to have found a way to try and keep it under control, although it seems he's still having very heavy aftermath after using it. The Berserker armor is a far solution from fighting Griffith. It's not even really an answer, it's just a nice tool to get him there. And hey, if he can use it correctly, or maybe in one final battle, yeah, maybe. You can move more unpredictably and swing a sword faster and harder. I mean, this armor literally digs itself into the bones to stabilize it when it's broken. And you also don't even care about pain. On top of that, it fixes itself, but there are consequences. Crazy. This armor has even been known to reduce muscle mass of Guts when he first used it. Which I don't think this was addressed in the anime because, well, I mean, looking at him, he already looked like a drained, muscleless guy.
Yeah, bro.
I just really hate that show. Now, this next thing is a very important detail. It's not even really about Guts, but it's about Griffith, and that is his actual body. When Griffith was reborn into the world, there were two factors that played in: the living Behilt and the fetus baby. That is Casca and Guts' child. Yeah, I know.
What?
I think the movie's kind of just skipped over that whole thing. Quickly, to sum things up, there's this waterfall scene in the beginning of the third movie which deserves its own video because there are so many ups and downs.
Are you serious, bro? That's crazy.
Just that one scene. Anyways, it resulted in Guts and Casca banging pretty hardcore for about 2 or 3 times if we keep it up in the manga. And Casca became pregnant. Now, after the eclipse, when Griffith violated her and shot his seed into her, it messed up the child, causing Casca to
No. That was his seed mixed with bro.
have a miscarriage. Guts wanting to kill it immediately, Casca protecting it, and it disappeared. I guess in demon fetus years, this is enough to develop a consciousness and start to follow Guts and Casca around in order to protect them, warning them about various things. This happened all the way up until Griffith's rebirth. And on the way up, the living Behilt, Behilt,
bro. This nigga cannot speak English, gang. Behilt.
On the way
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
after becoming the egg, the living Behilt eats the fetus as it just looked pitiful, and they wanted to die together, I guess? This fabricating itself with Griffith when he was born. Not just its body, but even its mind. We see as soon as Griffith's born, he showed feelings and longed interaction with Casca. Not because this was Griffith, but he said it was because of lingering feelings of his body. I mean, would Griffith even really care? He goes up on a mountain to talk to Rickert, and when Guts shows up ready to fight, he was just like, oh, are you still mad about the whole eclipse thing, dude? Maybe being fused with his body.
That's crazy, bro. Griffith is like the definition of a psychopath, bro. The nigga literally feels nothing, bro. He don't feel shit. He don't care about how what he did made you feel, bro. That nigga said, fuck you. That nigga said, I don't care.
will help Guts out. On top of that, we still have very many mysteries to take care of and explain, and maybe will come into play. I mean, just take a look at the other mysteries. The mysterious boy that pops up that's been speculated to be the spirit of Guts and Casca's child. There's also Skull Knight, who we haven't seen 1v1 Griffith either. And if that happens, I'd be so excited. Plus, he made a weapon out of behelets. Excuse me? You
Nah, bro. That behelit sword is actually dope as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. It looks weird. It looks like some shit straight out the Uncanny Valley, but that shit is so dope, bro.
Item that connects worlds. Took a few hundred of them and then crafted it and molded it into a sword? Skull Knight, just stop being so fucking cool. So let's break down.
This nigga just be aura farming, bro. This nigga Skull Knight just be aura farming for no fucking reason, bro. There was no reason you had to do this shit, bro. It was no fucking reason you had to. You didn't have to do none of that, bruh. Come on now, bro.
Right now, can Guts defeat Griffith?
Look, nobody was even gonna shoot shit at this nigga, bro. That nigga just did that for imagery and imagery only.
Not. If we're being completely honest here, I really believe if Guts were to win against Griffith, it would be completely one-sided. Maybe a few surprises here and there, but completely one-sided. But that is thus far in the story. And this story has no signs of stopping. There's so much to gain and learn. I think maybe in a few years, more than likely, which is manga's probably going to be taking, seeing as how the fact the series is taking another hiatus until winter, we will see Guts acquire the skills to take out Griffith. And it will be a fight to go down not only in history for its most anticipated, but also for its most planned out build-up in storytelling history. Or, you know, just another Eclipse scene where you kill everybody I goddamn care about.
Or they fucking postpone it again.
Honestly, I think I'd probably kill my...
Hey, nigga, that's the end of the video, man. Appreciate y'all niggas for watching, bro. Like, subscribe, all that good shit, man, and we're out.